I'm speaking to you from London, where we've just finished this year's Travel Matters conference, and we've had an outstanding array of speakers. In fact, we had the new Minister for Transport, Lord Callanan. We had Peter Funkhauser, who's the Chief Executive of Thomas Cook, Miriam Gonzalez, Senior Lawyer from Detchert, Alistair Pritchard, Deloitte sponsors, giving us an update on the economy, and we finished with Andrew Pearce from the Daily Mail giving us the insider's view of politics. We covered a large number of topics. The most pressing, the rise in illness claims and how we deal with those as an industry. They've risen very quickly. How we're going to tackle this problem of what we see as largely bogus claims. And of course that impacts not just us as a travel industry, but also hotels in Spain. So we had a panel discussion about that as well. We talked about security issues. Unfortunately, we know about terrorism in the United Kingdom, but it's also an issue in overseas tourism destinations. And Nikki White, ABTA's Director of Destinations, told us about how she and her team are working with the Foreign Office to raise understanding and give training in the whole area of counter-terrorism. We talked about another aspect of protection, financial protection, and the long-awaited reforms to Package Travel Directive. These come into effect on the last day of June next year, so we're putting pressure on the government to come up with the regulations that we need to start planning for that as soon as possible. And also, of course, there'll be changes to the ATOL scheme. It was very comforting to hear from Lord Callanan, the Minister for Transport, that the government is still committed to expansion at Heathrow. Although it wasn't mentioned in the Queen's speech, that's because it doesn't require immediate legislation, but they are still going to push on with that, which is very heartening news. And of course, we also raised the issue of air passenger duty, which has long been a thorny problem for us, and how it would be very beneficial to the industry if the Treasury would commit to reducing and finally abolishing that. I'd say overall there's a mood of certainly awareness of the challenges that are ahead, but also of optimism, and that the travel industry has been resilient in the past, and if we work together, and very much together with the government, we will be able to take on the challenges that are immediately ahead.
The industry is under a lot of pressure at the moment. There's a lot of challenges, a lot of headwind. It's very resilient, but there's some things that we just definitely need to work really closely together to be able to kind of tackle them. So things like the sickness claim being one, which is incredibly important to the industry that we work collectively to get on top of.
For me, it's valuable to get an insight from people actually in government and dealing with the regulation and knowing what's going on behind closed doors. And also today, I think one of the really interesting speakers was talking about the European view on Brexit and what they think and what their priorities are for an orderly transition out of Europe.
It's really important for the industry to actually get together and actually speak about what's going on in the industry. It's really apparent that obviously Brexit is on the minds of everyone, the whole transitional period of not knowing what's going to happen within Europe, within the travel industry, but it was very positive that came out of the conference this morning.
Travel Matters is my favourite event, bar none, in the travel calendar. It's high level, intelligent, intellectual debate of real high value on the real issues of today. It shows ABTA for what it is. It is the voice of the travel industry, and today that's why it gets the industry leading speakers to the event.
It was great. I thought it very topical, really enjoyed all the speakers, thought there was a lot of inspiration and a lot of passion coming out from them. Really enjoyed Alistair's presentation on the various matters from an economic point of view. I thought they were all very relevant and all very inspirational.